Some nations are 170 million, some 200 and something million people, and the Bible says nations that forget God will be thrown into hell. It shows you, it gives you an idea of the volume of hellfire. In Revelation chapter 20, verse 10, 14, and 15, the Bible says, and the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. In Matthew chapter 23, verse 33, the Bible says, ye serpents, ye generations of vipers, how can ye escape the damnation of hell? And in Matthew chapter 25, verse 41, the Bible says, then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. Brethren, I saw hellfire. I was there. I stood by the shore of hell, and I saw a lot of specifics, as I'm going to tell you. Hell is real. The devil fights this truth by indoctrinating millions of people of this earth with the concept that there is no hellfire, with the concept that a very loving God cannot prepare hell for people he created. That is deceit. That is delusion. The principle of punishment is a natural justice, a fundamental part of natural justice. Rights are commended, wrongs are punished. Hell is real. I was there with my two eyes. I saw it. I saw the rich man who went to hell in the time of Moses. I saw him with my two eyes. He saw me too. The rich man who went to hell. He was the first thing shown to me. As soon as we arrived here, they took me to the side of the shore of hell, where this man is. And as we stood by the shore of hell, the angel on my right hand pointed. That is the rich man who went to hell in the time of Moses. When we arrived at the place where hellfire is situated, the angels carried me to a side of hell, a side of hellfire, where the rich man who went to hell in the time of Moses was situated. The rich man was the first thing shown to me when we arrived by hellfire. Immediately we arrived, the angels took me to that particular part of hell where he was located and showed him to me in the midst of the ocean of fire. He was suffering and languishing in horrible pains and torment. When they showed him to me, I looked into the fire and beheld him, and the glory on us shone into that part of the fire. I beheld him and continued watching him with the two angels by my side. As I watched him in hellfire, he was severely under undescribable pains, sorrow, torment, and regret. He was badly being tormented by the fire without any mercy and without any regard. I watched him with my two eyes, screaming and wailing in pains, crying with bitter cry, but nobody listened. It was a horrible sight. If you read Luke chapter 16, verse 19 to 31, the Bible gave us the account of this man. I'll read it now. There was a certain rich man You see, it's not a parable. As a scholar, I have heard a lot of professors of theology say that this passage was a parable. But you see, it's not a parable. It is a statement of fact. In literary writing, we call it faction, not fiction. He said there was. It's a statement of certainty. There was. It wasn't a parable. There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine lining and fat sumptuously every day. And there was a certain beggar, certainty, named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate, full of sores, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried. And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torment, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame. I am tormented in this flame. But Abraham said, Son, remember that in thy lifetime you receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented. And beside all this, between us and you, there is great gulf fixed, so that they which will pass from hence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us that will come from thence. Then he said, I pray thee therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house in my village, in my community, in my state, in my city, in my country. For I have 5 brothers, that he may testify unto them, lest they also come into this place of torment. You see, God wasn't foolish. God took me there to come and tell the nation that these things are real. Because there are people, they say they are not contented with the scriptural information. They want to see somebody that have died and gone there and come back. Like this rich man's family. Him and his brothers may have been discussing that there is no hell. He was certain that his 5 brothers will die and go to hell. Except somebody from there come out and go and tell them. And I have a record that over 10,600,000 people have been drawn to Christ across Africa, Europe, Asia, and America through this message. Because since then we have been keeping statistics, and we have gotten about 10,600,000 people before we stopped. Recently, in South Africa, somebody bought 10,000 copies of this book, ordered it, and our publishers published it. He said God revealed to him, and he was distributing the book across countries in South African parts